Matthew 6, verses 19 through 24. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. The eye is the lamp of the body, and your eyes are good. If your eyes are good, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light is within you, is darkness, how great is that darkness? No one can serve two masters. Either he will hate one and love the other, or he will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. So Bodhidharma is said to have come from the teachings of Prajnatara. The legend of Bodhidharma is that he was a red-bearded, some say even blue-eyed barbarian. Some of the Korean teachings and some of the Chan teachings said that his teacher was named Prajnatara. And from Korea and from some of Chan, she was a woman. Tara is a woman's name. And there's some folks here from Ireland, and there's another association to Tara as well. But that's for another time. And Bodhidharma, the legend goes that Bodhidharma had come from India. Somehow he was there in India, and he had gone from India to China. And he was teaching, and there was a lot of other Buddhisms happening then. Buddhism had already set up camp for a long time in China. And he comes from a particular school, and this school is the Chan school, or the Prajna school, the wisdom school. And he goes, and Emperor Wu hears about Bodhidharma. And Emperor Wu had been busy setting up lots of donating. He was a patron to many Buddhisms at the time, and he had set up all of these pagodas and all of these temples, and he was actually considered the Chinese Ashoka, this enlightened king. And you can't blame Emperor Wu, but he asked to see Bodhidharma, who this new guy is. Who's the new guy? And so he asked Bodhidharma to come visit him inside his castle. Bodhidharma walks in. And Emperor Wu says, hey, I have built temples and ordained monks. Oh, lest I forget. Emperor Wu says, I have built temples and ordained monks. What is my merit? Bodhidharma replied, no merit. The emperor then asks Bodhidharma, what is the first principle of the holy teachings? The holy teachings. What's the first principle of the holy ones? Bodhidharma replied, vast emptiness, nothing holy. When the emperor heard vast emptiness, nothing holy, he was perplexed, stumbled. Finally, he rallied and asked, who is standing before me? Who are you? Who do you think you are coming in to my kingdom and telling me that there's no merit, that everything I've done is shit? Who do you think you are? Bodhidharma says, I don't know. Turns on his heels and walks out. Noble friends, it's good to be here with you. A bit of my story is I was accumulating lots of merit badges along the way. They weren't doing the trick. And so I heard and had been searching and had been trying a lot of different things. And I had connected with Junpo. I think it was 2009 or 2010. Let's see, no. Maybe even earlier. 2006, we moved back anyway, somewhere between 2006 and 2009. And he was at the Wild Goose Zendo in Massachusetts, Hifu's old stomping grounds. And I had asked and pleaded to see him. And Keith, Martin Smith Kogan, was interviewing Junpo for the first book, the first biography, Heart Blown Open. And I brought Corinne, and I brought one of my best friends, Brian Flewelling, who was a Dharma brother of mine from the church, and we had left the church together, and we were hard on the path, head on fire, looking for a pail of water. And the three of us drove down from Maine and went to Wild Goose in Western Massachusetts. And we were part of, at that time, one of the earlier forms of the Mondo process. And it was a full day. We had lunch, we had salad, we listened to the geese on the water. We did yoga. Junpo barked and I flinched many, many times. And during lunch, there was a guy who was not part of our what we were doing, and he was there. There's going to be an MKP, a Mankind Project weekend there, and so all of the elders body of New England was descending upon Wild Goose Endo as well, and I had signed up for my very first MKP weekend, but I was doing this first with Junpo, and we were having lunch, and there was a gentleman there who had been through the spiritual circuit scene as well. He had tasted and dabbled a lot of things. He had been part of EST and had hung out with Werner Erhard, and he says to me, so okay, did you get it? This is, if they didn't even know Erhard, this is one of his questions. And I heard the question, I heard it was a trap, but I still took the bait. I said, yeah. And he said, oh yeah, you didn't get it. And he was right. But the thing that I had known, I had seen something that I had not been able to unsee. And that's a vision that makes a difference when you see that which cannot be unseen. Even a taste, even a toe in the deep, deep pool is enough. We chant, even those who sit for just one sitting will see all their twisted karmas erased. And when we were leaving, we had our day with Junpo, and we were walking away, and I was saying goodbye to him, and he turns to me, he says, Justin, will you stay awake? Will you commit to staying awake? Uh-oh, it's all over. It's all over at that point. Will you commit to staying awake? This is the first 3 of our koans. We peel back the onion. No eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind. Whatever arises, we do not depend upon beliefs, sensations, and emotions. Why? Why don't we depend upon these things? Because they arise and fall away. That's why. Words are really handy. Books are really handy. Merit badges are really handy. But they do not do the trick. So this Mondo process peels this practice that we've been transmitted to, we've received, and that is a mirror to us, peels back the layers. No eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no wisdom even, no awakening, huh? No, netty. Something comes up, cut it away. Something comes up, cut it away. Something is up, cut it away. And I love that Junpo made sure that for when we do our Heart Sutra that we included Tadyata. Because we cut. No, move. Then Tadyata. Tadyata is translated like this. So whenever you say Tadyata going forward, remember that it means like this. Like what? Like this. No. Okay, what? Like this. Gate, parsam gate, bodhiswaha. Like what? What? No. You're not gonna hook up, you're not gonna do anything, nothing, you're gonna take it all away. You're gonna take away all my clothes. The emperor's not gonna get any clothes at the end of the day. Like Tom Waits says, we're all stripped down. Then Tadyata. Then we can hear Tadyata. Gate, paragate. Gone way beyond. About a year and a half ago, Junpo, I was on a call with him. It was just he and I, and he said to me, Dazu, do you know who you are? He actually didn't say my name. He said, do you know who you are? Right. And we were talking about something, and I was talking about my confusions. And he's like, do you know who you are? And I was like, and I was like, shit. He caught me with my pants down. And here's the interesting thing. There's not, if I was to say, oh yeah, sure, Junpo, I know who I am. And if I was to say, no, oh no, I don't know who I am. And as I was like, he's like, oh, I thought you knew. Oh man, right to the heart, right to my heart. And there's the insight, as you are all aware of, is like an accordion. It's like a kaleidoscope. It fractals out, and there's a million versions of insight, but they're all the same insight, but they're expressed in this whole cacophony of, you know. And one of the insights that he offered me at that moment, again, so many insights, so many chances to say, look in the mirror, just, do you know who you are? I'm reminded of Bodhidharma and how he transmitted this mind to Dazu Huike. Dazu, or Huike, he wasn't given the name Dazu then. Huike goes to him and says, help me find my mind. Help me find my mind. And Bodhidharma says, go and find it. Go look for it. And bring it back to me. So Huike goes out and he's just like looking under rocks, looking on the inside, looking on the outside. Comes back to Bodhidharma, I can't find it. Bodhidharma, translation, you're welcome. I'm giving you your mind, the mind, this mind. So why do we forget this? Why do we settle for, why do we forget? We practice them. I'm reminded of the word that we usually translate as mindfulness is actually shmirti. And shmirti is really remember. It's really memory. It's really recollection. So remember that all manifested forms are no other than this emptiness. Remember what you tasted at Wild Goose. About not just then. You're a million miles away. Going back to, if I would try to chase my old insight, if it's not here, the last thing I would like to end with is Kikaonza. So Junpo often says, they're within Soto school is Shikantaza, within Rinzai is Kikaonza. That at their core, they are the same practice. And Kikaonza is usually translated as come home and abide in vast peace. Come home and abide in vast peace. Kikaonza, that's what our practice is. That's Rinzai's practice. Come home and abide in vast peace. But Junpo puts in penetrate. in front of it. He reminds us, because Kikaonza, ki, penetrate, penetrate, come home, abide in vast peace. No penetration, no coming home. So the question is, how many kenshos is it going to take? How many times are we going to hold up the mirror to ourselves before we take our seat, before we penetrate, come home, and abide in vast peace? Having grown up in the church and having been trained in that wisdom lineage first, and having left and having spent time here with you all for the last 10 or 15 years, I see anew some of what I learned the first go around. And if this is not the lotus paradise, whose fault is that? We say, this is the lotus paradise. We take this seat. We're not going to wait. Not going to wait anymore. We penetrate, we come home, we sit in vast shalom, vast peace, vast, incredible resilience. As things come and go, this mind doesn't come and go. How about that? Now that we know that we know that we know, uh-oh. Dazu, will you commit to staying awake? Will you penetrate and come home and abide in vast peace? Or how many more kenshos do you need? How many more merit badges is it going to take? You know, we're going to let Greta from Norway or Sweden do what we're not going to do in terms of climate change. We're going to let a 16-year-old girl do it for us because we lack the courage to do it. We're going to wait for the white buffalo. We're going to wait for Christ to come again. We're going to wait for, oh, maybe the next time I'm at DBZ, then I'll really, really get it. Got to read another book. Gonna need another degree. I need more training. I need another certification. Bullshit. Bullshit. So the invitation that Junpo gave to me and gave to us is, will you paint yourself in a corner, look in the mirror, and don't lie to me or anyone else about it? And with that, I'll end with this poem from Kabir. Friend, noble friends, hope for the guest while you are alive. Not just hope, decide, choose. Don't wait. Jump into experience while you are alive. Think and think. Be careful, but think. While you are alive, what you call salvation belongs to the time before death. If you don't break your ropes while you are alive, do you think ghosts will do it after? The idea that the soul will join with the ecstatic just because the body is rotten? This is all fantasy. What is found now is found then. If you find nothing now, you will simply end up with an apartment in the city of death. If, on the other hand, you make love with the divine now, in the next life, this one. If you make love with the divine now, you will have the face of satisfied desire. The lotus paradise will be at hand. The beloved community, Martin Luther King's beloved community, Christ's heaven on earth, is at hand. So plunge into the truth. Find out who the teacher is. Believe in the great sound. Kabir says this: when the guest is being searched for, it is the intensity of the longing for the guest that does all the work. Look at me and you will see a slave of this intensity.